What is up, YouTube? It is Dukes here with another video for you, and I had a user ask me saying, Dukes, if you had to change anything about my team, what would you change? So I'm just going to go through all the different things that I think that 2K should do differently going into NBA 2K15, and I'll just go through each of these different segments. The first is manage team. In here, I think you should be able to have inside franchise have different setups, so basically alternate between setups. So instead of me saying, okay, I want to switch to the Trailblazers now I have to go through every single thing to find the Trailblazers, go find the uniform that I like for the Trailblazers, and this takes a lot longer than you'd probably like. You'd like to just be able to press a button and switch between the two, which would be a lot easier. Now I know that's not that hard because Trailblazers is one off, but if you go all the way over to the Clippers, you got a ways to go to figure out your uniforms. See, it's taken a while, so I'd like to be able to set up different franchise settings, so I can switch between different teams and stuff that I've collected. Another thing in managed team that I just like to have more than 4 lineups. 4 lineups is not enough, especially when you have tournaments. When you have tournaments, you need to have certain things, so all Rockets, all Atlantic, stuff like that, and I just have to delete other lineups and make new ones in order to do that, which I don't like. Now going into Domination, I think that you should be able to reset your stars. Domination is the most fun single player part of this mode, so not online part of this mode. I think you should be able to again reset your stars so that you can go for the players again, and even if they said second time through and third time through you can't get gold players anymore from that team, I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with, okay, I've already beaten the Heat once, so I can't get the best players, but I can get their silvers like Ray Allen, Battier, that kind of. I'm okay with that. I don't have to get the best players every single time. If that's what they want to do for a compromise, I'm okay with that. I just like to be able to play this again and have reason to play it again, to try to get the stars again. And as for the lineups, to get 3 stars you have to have an all bronze lineup, and sometimes even if you win you don't get 3 stars, which I think that they should fix that. Not have the mode focus on the stats as much as winning, because if you're going to force us to use a bronze lineup, the focus should be on winning, not how many blocks a 60 overall rated center can get. That's kind of ridiculous. And if you're gonna have it stats based instead, don't penalize us as much for using gold players. You know, it'd be kind of cool to at least run with 1 gold player, 1 silver player in Domination to give it a little more variety, but you can't do it because if you run with a gold player, you're not going to get 3 stars. Next up is Road to the Playoffs. I stopped playing Road to the Playoffs, and I'll get into that a little bit later why, but you can probably guess it has to do with playing the same teams over and over again. I would like to see them change up the rewards. For example, getting to the 3 seed, you get Sapphire Blake Griffin just for getting to the 3 seed, and after you complete Road to the Playoffs, you go through the 1 seed again. There's no reason to do it again, so there's not a lot of replayability in Domination or Road to the Playoffs. Tournaments, I like the idea of tournaments. However, there need to be better rewards. For example, you win the bronze tournament, you get 5,000 MT. You have to win 5 straight games, but you get 5,000 MT for the bronze tournament. Just playing a Domination game, you can get 7,000, 8,000 MT just by doing that. So the rewards aren't great for these tournaments. Me playing 5 Domination games, I'd get more MT points than me playing 5 games in this bronze tournament. Next, I don't play with friends, so I don't really have a comment on that. Packs. So, with historic packs, it was cool at the beginning being able to go for a certain pack, but that made no variety in the game. So, as you guys have noticed, after the first Michael Jordan came out, everybody had Michael Jordan in their lineup. You know, probably like, I don't know, 70% of gold lineups in Road to the Playoffs are pretty much all the same. They have 4 or 5 of the same players, and that's just not fun, no variety. So, I would like to see them do away with specific team packs and maybe just go with these historic series packs and have any player as a possibility. So you don't have to complete the whole 65 Celtics collection to get Bill Russell, because that would take so long, but all of those players from those teams are available. So I think that'd be fair and make for more variety, because people can't just go, okay, I want Hakeem, so I'm just going to open only this pack. Here, you get players that maybe you wouldn't have tried before. For example, I might not have gone for... I didn't go for the $71, so maybe I pull Oscar Robertson, and that would be something that I didn't do and wasn't able to do this time around. NBA packs, I think they need to fix their pricing. The VC and MT aren't in line with each other. So for example, me picking up this pack right here, the 76ers pack, arguably the worst pack, 3,450 VC, 14,500 MT. Okay, now I go up to this pack up here, one of the most expensive ones. It is almost 3 times the VC, but it is not 3 times the MT. It's not even 2 times the MT. It's about 1.5 times the MT. So get your prices in line. Take down the VC prices of the higher ones, I think. And that's it for the packs. Market. I think that you should be able to auction off players. Although if they don't do that, that would be the worst thing ever if they don't allow us to auction off players next, in my opinion. But I think you should be able to have more flexibility with the cards you have, instead of just saying, okay, I don't want this card, the only thing I can do is sell it back and get not enough MT to get a pack. I think you should be able to trade off some of those more rare cards and just use that extra MT to go for other players and other packs, and just have a little more flexibility. And one thing that I hate, and it has to do with these reward collections, I hate how they do locker codes for Sapphire Kevin Durant, not Sapphire, sorry, for Diamond Kobe, Diamond Durant. I don't even see where he is. There he is, Diamond Durant. Having the locker codes so that you have to sit on your Twitter account, keep refreshing for however many hours from when Ronnie decides to announce it, that they're going to do it soon, and then having all the codes run out, that is stupid. Get rid of locker codes for players. Stop doing that. Have us be able to earn the players. Even if it's ridiculously hard to earn them, that's okay. But stop with the locker codes for players. That is just irritating for everybody, especially the people that wait around to get them and don't. Another thing with the tournaments, I found that those tournaments are not very hard to get some of these Sapphire players. For James Harden, I got him first run through, so maybe making it a little more difficult. And I think that's about it for my suggestions for 2K moving forward with my team. Another thing that I would like to see is I would like to see a season mode where we can play against other teams in a season. Maybe even having an online league. That would be kind of cool. Maybe like a 20-game season online league with your team that you've built, and having it locked at the beginning of the season. So you enter in the league with your lineup, and those people that you have on your roster for your league, you can trade them with other people in that league, trade the cards with other people. I think that'd be, that sounds kind of flawed right now, but it's something to think about. And one final thing that I forgot about. I think I sold them all already. Lots of players. Yeah, I sold them all already. The injury cards. Injury cards are stupid unless you're going to do a season mode. Basically, these are like one-game playoffs when you play against other teams. So having them get injured in it, I think is stupid. The only time that injury cards would be good is if you have sort of a season and then they can get injured in that season. But just one game in the domination mode where it's not continuous. I mean, I think they're trying to be more realistic, but what's realistic with a one game domination mode where you only use bronze players? That's not realistic. So why do you have to be realistic with injuries? And another thing they need to fix, I already sold all mine already, but when you sell a card and there's more than one of it, you only get the value for the one card. It doesn't multiply. So for example, I know you can't get multiple of the same jerseys, but if I had, for example, 3 of these Hawks jerseys and I sold it, it would only give me 150 MT. It wouldn't give me credit for each of those 3 jerseys. So that's a glitch that they need to fix. All right, let me know what you guys think of my suggestions. Do you think they're good, bad? You agree with them? You disagree with them? You want to add something? I'd love to hear what you guys think about fixing MyTeam mode for NBA 2K15. And why don't you guys like this? If you agreed with some of the stuff I said, comment on it, leave me those comments, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Peace out.